Have you believed a lie about women and who they are or who they are not? In this video, we are going to unpack some of those lies and misconceptions we've been told about women, which are the reason why some of us young men actually are still not yet thinking of getting into a relationship or even settling into marriage. Recently, in a conversation with a friend, a lady friend, she told me, "Pasi, please go and tell your boys that not all beautiful girls have someone." That's one of the first lies we hear, that every attractive and beautiful woman or girl definitely has someone already. And this is a lie that has made some of us sit on potential actually, when all we would have done is just possibly make a move, ask for a conversation, ask for an out, and the rest would be a beautiful story. But because some of us have always believed that if you see a girl who's taking good care of herself, she's attractive and beautiful, chances are there's someone already in the picture. You never know until you shoot that shot that shoot. So, gentlemen, that could be a popular lie that we believe, and we end up missing out on great opportunities which God has lined up for you and I. But number two, one of the most common lies we have believed or we hear about women is that a woman who has more money than you is difficult to manage and she will never submit to you, and so on and so forth. Is that true? Maybe in the next video we should bring people so that we can have a conversation and hear from those that are in such kinds of arrangements. But I would submit to you, it's actually not true. Not all women who have their own money or are wealthy or are even driving cars are difficult to manage. Some of them, by the way, all they are waiting for is just someone who can come along, do life together, and channel those resources together into something that can lead into meaningful life together as family, and so on and so forth. This is the truth. Yes, there is the pressure on men to be providers. That's how our society is wired. That's how we know it. Men generally are supposed to be providing for their families. But when you get married and when you're seeing someone or dating, getting married, of course you will agree on how you process your finances as time goes by. But one of the things you'll find out is that God uniquely provides through each of us in different seasons. There will be a season where the woman is earning more money than the man. And because this is life, anything can happen, tides can change. There will be a season when the man will be earning more than the woman, and vice versa. It keeps on going that way. It changes nothing. If our view of money or finances is, which is not very popular, that our money comes to a joint place and from there we are able to do life together, then it doesn't matter who's bringing more or who's bringing less. As long as there is prudent use, as long as there is responsibility, as long as there is transparency, and the money is being used to do the right thing, now this is in the confines of a marriage, it will all work well. So you don't have to be afraid that a woman is driving a bigger car or has a car and you don't. You have something that they are desperately looking for, and that there is what gives you the confidence to walk boldly and start and suggest a relationship that would lead to marriage if that's your intention. And I believe that ought to be our intention. So women who have more money are not difficult to manage. They could be in certain spaces, but it's not the standard. That's not the SI unit of women, and so on and so forth. Number three, women are only interested in a man's money. The women they don't care about anything else. They just want to know, what's your paycheck. Perhaps that happens in the world. Perhaps that's how the world conceptualizes women and relationships in our day and time. But it's not the standard truth. It may have happened to a few people, and we keep on hearing these cases of people that get married and their eyes are on the wealth, and then there's a divorce a few years down the line, and then the wealth has to be split into two. And because of this, people would opt for marriage arrangements that are not necessarily how God envisioned it. Things such as prenups have all come because of such kinds of behaviors and tendencies. But I want to submit to you, gentlemen, that's listening to me and possibly wondering whether there are any good women left. Yes, there are, and in thousands, as a matter of fact. Many that you could look around and find some. Not all women are interested in your finances. Some people just want to come along, do life with you, multiply those resources, and through that union and relationship, then God continues to increase your pool of money and finances or even resources, and lead you into a better space. So yes, it could be happening out there, but it's not to say that's how every woman is. No, that's not how every woman is, and we should not judge people just based on a few experiences and encounters we have had out there, as we continue to trust God to settle into beautiful spaces and relationships. But also, we've been told, number 4, that the more beautiful, self-aware a woman is, the more difficult it will be for you to handle her. And we keep on hearing, or rather, let me rephrase that. And most of us would prefer to go to the village and find someone who doesn't have exposure, find someone who does not know city life, find someone who has not been compromised, quote unquote, with the modern day information, the 21st century vast of knowledge around us, because we believe the more informed, aware, self-aware, a woman is, the harder it's going to be to handle them. Maybe true, but not entirely. It could be that the more exposure someone gets, the more they see life in a different perspective, and the more argumentative they can be, the harder it can be to handle them. But that's not necessarily truth for all. There are a lot of good women out there that have had exposure, they are self-aware, they've traveled, they have information, they know themselves, they understand their temperament, their personality, and that actually makes them people that are self-aware are actually very easy to deal with, because they understand themselves, they know their triggers, they recognize what works and doesn't work for them. And these are people you can actually have meaningful conversations with. It only becomes a problem if you don't come along the same vantage point. And so perhaps as we continue to look at these people and as we continue to interact with them, it's not so much something that should put you off. It's something that maybe should actually intrigue you to want to understand better, to want to know more. And I'm saying this in a blanket way because these are actually conversation triggers. All these points I'm making can go into long discussions as we seek to just establish the truth and have proper understanding, so that we don't keep on missing out on the opportunities that are there around us. In our churches today, and in the church that I go to, the singles ministry continues to grow at exponential rates. And in there, we have people, and every so often, we get people that keep on asking, where are the men, especially the women? Where are the men? And when we talk to the men, and when we have our own conversations, these are some of the things that come to the fore. And that's why we talk about them, because most of them are not entirely true. They are misconceptions that if we don't address, they can easily get us staying in a space where God intends we advance. And we can miss out on the opportunities that God has around us. So I hope we can keep challenging our thoughts we have about women, and vice versa. I'm talking about women because this is primarily a show watched by men. And I know there are many women eavesdropping. They can tell us on the comment section if we are misrepresenting them or if we are getting this right. Please stay in touch for the next episode as we keep furthering this discussion. Thank you always for watching CITAM Church Online.